Hi, my name is Jolly, and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit today about Reader's Theater and how this can increase fluency and reading motivation in your classrooms. So first to start, what is Reader's Theater? Reader's Theater is dramatic presentation and interpretation of text or scripts. Some features of Reader's Theater is that the scripts and text are not memorized, and that is super important. We don't want our students to be memorizing these texts. That's not going to really help our fluency. Production is simple. There's no costumes and there's minimal props. Some teachers don't like to use props. Teachers do like to use props. It's on your personal preference and the types of scripts that you're reading. They can be performed solo or in a group, and you can provide scripts or you can have students write them. The wonderful thing about Reader's Theater is there are tons of free scripts online. There are teachers who've posted the scripts that they've personally written online, and teachers who have just created a database of scripts that have been written across all different content areas and across all different reading levels. So the most important piece of Reader's Theater is that it helps fluency. Fluency can be defined as reading accurately with expression and reading in a way that students understand the text. Overall, comprehension is our goal when we're teaching students how to read, and fluency is one of the ways that we can help students to reach that ultimate goal of comprehension of text. So Reader's Theater is all about using your voice to tell a story. And in order to do that, you really have to understand the context of the story in order to add proper inflection. If a student doesn't comprehend that a story is sad, then they're not going to be able to portray that through their voices. Reader's Theater is also about reading at an appropriate pace, which is part of that fluency piece. We don't want students to think that fluent reading is reading as fast as you can, because it's not. Students also have opportunities to practice before performing. Something that's suggested often in fluency work is having a student read a text more than once. And this is a good way for a student to read a text more than once without the activity losing its interest for the student. What does Reader's Theater look like? Reader's Theater can take many different forms. Students can be given a script, they can practice it, and then they can read it in their chairs with no embellishments, or you could have students write their own scripts, perform them with props that identify their character, and stand on the school stage. Really, Reader's Theater can be adapted to the activity that you're doing and to your classroom and how your classroom runs, and be very effective in any of its many forms. One of the most important and one of my favorite things about Reader's Theater is that it can be easily integrated into curriculum in many different subjects. You could either write or find scripts about the other subjects you're studying, or you can have students write Reader's Theater scripts and perform them as part of like an assignment to show their mastery of a subject. For example, you could have students write a script where an astronaut is rocketing by all of the planets in our solar system, and the planets can each tell the astronaut different things about themselves to show that the students have learned facts about the planets. Or they could write about a family who's moving west during westward expansion and show their knowledge of the time period by going into detail about the conversations that these people are having as they're migrating. Just because of these things, I think that Reader's Theater is something that teachers really need to look into using in their classrooms, and I think can be a really effective part of our overall reading curriculum. So here at these bottom, if you go to these links down here, you should be able to find some of those Reader's Theater scripts that I talked about online, and one of the upper two links has them as well, and I can't remember which one it is. I think it is this teachingheart.net. And then finally, these are the links where I got my images. Thank you, and have a wonderful day, and try Reader's Theater in your classroom.